everybody, and welcome to Briar Rose Cottage. My name is Ray, and just doing a video for today, Monday in February. Had some sunshine again today. The weather has been fairly nice the last week, which is nice. Less pain for me. More ability to focus, I guess. I'm still tired all the time and get stuff, but that's normal. So, seeing how that's normal, please join me. Grab your cup of whatever. Mine is just black tea. Orange Bico. It's about my third cup, I think, today. Get 3 out of a bag, so that's cool. So nothing new going on. I just thought I would get us all a little bit caught up. Still taking it easy and going slow where I need to. Since I'm still having issues where I go out grocery shopping and come home and then I end up, all I want to do is sleep the next day, or I try to do some laundry because I have to do it half the old-fashioned way with a plunger. Still haven't figured out the washing machine. It's okay because it's wintertime and there's so much snow still left in the driveway. So to try and get trying to get a new washing machine in here, it ain't gonna work. So patience is a virtue. I wholeheartedly believe in that. And probably, as you can see, and did notice in the other video, I have dyed my hair. It's not so intensely brown anymore, which is kind of nice. It's sort of settled down in the coloring, but I'm liking it. The fade out is probably due to it being a couple weeks now, and white and gray hair kind of dumb to dye anyways, unless you go to the hairdresser, and I still can't wrap my brain around spending that kind of money to have something I gotta go and touch up every once a month when it's a dealing thing. I deal with it, but loving it as I feel less frumpy now. This is closer, so it's still darker, but closer to the color of my mom's hair that she had before she passed away. So, you know, just still going with the flow, trying to figure things out. Lots and lots of work to be done to help myself move past a lifetime. I'm gonna be 52 in June, but you know, a lifetime of seeing the world through sort of stress and trauma goggles. From what I've seen, I have complex PTSD, and so just making changes through my now, because as I've mentioned before, this is the year to continue to be kinder to myself in 2023, but also see things more realistically about myself. More realism when it comes to my pain, so I'm not just motoring past it, you know, rising above it. You know, I've done that for far too long, and I taught myself how to not even know things hurt. There are days that, depending on what else is going on, I don't even know I have a migraine. I actually have to rub up in here and touch my head and feel for that prickly feeling that some people get with migraines. I just don't know I have it because this hurts too much, or my back or my neck. And so I'm not aware of all the pain, And unfortunately, one of the side effects of that, besides all the fatigue and everything, is raised blood pressure. So being more realistic, it isn't one of those get your head out of the clouds and all that other kind of thing. It's just more acceptance that I have to do more sort of head to toe checks, physical checks, to make sure that everything gets addressed. That, you know, if this is a bath day, and hibernate in the tub for 2 hours and just soak in the hot water so I can loosen everything up. And that's what I do. It's more doing more of the physical therapy exercises I was given a long time ago, so that I will stretch everything out so that my fibromyalgia doesn't bug me as much. Get moving so that my Raynaud's syndrome doesn't bother me as much. And the more I move and the more I stretch, the stronger my muscles become, and the less the osteoarthritis will bug me. So, and then just taking it easy on the days I get blindsided by things I can't control, like the weather. And like I said, paying attention to, if I go shopping, the next day I'm going to have a very tired day. So let's not push and try and get a whole bunch of housework. Just, you know, maybe some dishes and deal with garbage, you know, light stuff. Scoop the cat in, you know, regular everyday kind of stuff, but no adding sort of insult to injury, just breathing and that kind of thing. I've been doing more with the meditation, with an app called Let's Meditate. There's an amazing amount of little mini exercises, meditative exercises that can be done, and that's just absolutely wonderful. I try to at least once a week get in, and now once a week, work on my art journal and just sort of have at least a mini therapy moment, and just have it be real therapy moments. Like, it's taken me a couple days to have enough oomph and feel up to working on depression. This time of the year, from the end of January all the way to about middle July, it's what I call the gauntlet, and that's a period of time where there's a lot of death in there, from losing Copper to losing a cat I had years ago, Pikachu. That's Bastion that was in the window there. To, her name was Peek Achoo. Anyways, to my mom dying and then finding out a great aunt died on my mom's birthday, to dealing with disappointment and heartache over Mother's Day, to finding out my mom had passed away on my birthday and dealing with all that. And I found that out on the day after Father's Day in June, and then in the following July of 2010, after I got home from dealing with finding out about my mom, one of my cats got hit by a car. So it's time to start wrapping up those things in a kind and loving manner, and then so that I can deal with the big one that happened 2.5 years ago with Kirk, my second husband, who, if you don't know, passed away September 2020. So lots of emotional stuff, and it's all being seen through these childhood trauma and stress goggles. And so going back and looking at my life and what I need to do. So hence the art therapy journal, which my friend, very good friend Natasha, gave me, and on it says, be the windshield, not the bug. You know, so in some respects, slow down so you don't become squashed on a windshield. But when I visited her last September, I got this, and it just felt like the book to be doing a healing art therapy journal, art journal thing. I don't even know what to call it, because it's not actually an art journal. Most art journals that I've seen are just pieces of art done on the pages. It's all just mostly art with some words written on the art, but not like a journal. So this is kind of a mix between an art journal and a therapy journal. So it's my healing journal, I guess, is what would be the easiest thing to call. So on the inside flap, I put, "Hey Bastian, nice bomb." I put my book to find healing, and love grows where my rosemary goes. And then I've got Freedom of Spirit 2023, and I'm just my little bug gnome down here, just doodles and things. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you go on Pinterest, there's a bunch of bullet journal stuff that people have, and that's where I kind of was organized my thoughts about it. Inner peace, you know, this was a stencil, and I traced out middle piece of a stencil, and I traced it out, then I colored it, cut it out, and then put it here in butterfly stickers. I'm using stickers because I love stickers, and got stickers down here. This page says, I have a quote here, happy are those conscious of their spiritual needs, Matthew 5, 3, however you say that. And then I wrote down some stuff I found on Pinterest. And it is all about the elevation of my mood, and not letting depression control things. And I tell you, ever since doing the meditation and this, I have perked. I have perked a lot. I have decided that on days I'm going to take an extra B6, and the other day I did that, just one pill, just one extra B6, and it did help. It helped me over the hump. So I think I need, grief has caused some sort of like chemical, hormonal imbalance. Not anything I need like an antidepressant for, but just, you know, that's that diet thing. You don't eat properly, you feel yucky. So like garbage in, garbage out, you know, type thing. So the thing I got on this, that I wrote on this page, I got off Pinterest. I can't remember, I should have wrote down who it was by. But there's things on it like, a bad day does not equal a bad life. Feelings are not facts. All feelings are valid, real, and allowed. Not all thoughts are true. The only way out is through. And that's sometimes true. The only way out of not feeling good is to embrace it, and then and find ways to walk through the not good, you know, keep going. And then another exercise I did, I didn't get this from anywhere other than my own head, was I decided to write down mind, body, and spirit, and then all the things that helped my mind and my body, and then wrote my path to healing. Everything that was blue in one of the other lists. And so what it ended up with was, I came up and I put them all together, and I have all these things where my path to healing is good food, exercise, meditation, cuddles with kitties, laughter, rest, relaxation. And underneath that I put, today I remember to let my spirit breathe for me. There you go. I've discovered I've just caged myself, my inner self, to be what I need to be to survive. And I don't need to survive anymore. I'm surviving. I don't have to fight to be so protected anymore. It's okay to be open. It's okay to be me. You know, I'm different than everybody, and there are certain things that I need to do that I need to embrace them and really say, screw you, hippie, and work on that. But so that's my path to, that's my objective, my path to healing, is to work on those, what is it, 7 things? Yeah, 7 things. And I realized that on January 21st of this year. I started this, yeah, I started this on the 21st. Those are the first dates. I put the date at the bottom of the page, so it's not less. I have to actually go looking, at the date. One day I was medicated and in pain. I had to take extra stuff to make me possibly a muscle relaxant or something like that, just to get my body. And it turns out when I'm like that, I prefer darker colors. So that was interesting to find out. And that's just a doodle art page I had in a book. I did work on a goodbye letter to Kirk. Not sharing. Then I wrote this, there's this gratitude thing on January 30th. The picture was on the 27th. More butterfly stickers, just the little doodles. I made a mistake there, so I stuck a sticker. And then a favorite part of this, a song from Brave, that Merida, I will ride, I will fly, chase the wind and touch the sky. And then I've got freeing my spirit is the blessing I give myself. So yeah, I did a thing on gratitude. And then did this picture. And all these pictures here like this, except for the butterflies because I'm using stickers. I've been using felt markers and then water, except for this white part, that's pencil crayon. And sort of doing watercolor painting with felt markers, just to learn some techniques and blending and things like that. And then I was doing something on inner peace equals relaxing equals daydreaming, and some things I can do that help me daydreaming. I didn't realize that I had lost it, but how much constantly being told sideways to get my heads out of the clouds and my feet on the ground and face reality and focus on facts, that how much it killed daydreaming for me, and how essential daydreaming actually was. It's no wonder I can't paint and I can't focus on one crochet project or a knit project. Besides the normal, I was always blaming the fact that, I have to do it because I get bored and all that. No, I think the blah I've been feeling in my creativity has come from, too many years of dealing with reality. My reality has not been fun. Divorce, bad relationship that thank heavens morphed into a decent friendship, but bad first marriage, then not having the perfect relationship with Kirk, and him getting really sick, and then my whole reality was nothing but his illness, and just getting lost in that, and then so deep in that, and my feelings for Kirk, and then he died and took so much of me with him when he died, that my reality became nothing but depression, sadness, darkness. And for me, creativity came usually from a place of light and happiness and joy. So I had completely disconnected myself accidentally, because I was constantly being asked for stuff for Kirk, you know, from people who wanted to still have a piece of him. But not really understanding that more than one person was doing this. No way to be able to discuss how deeply I was grieving, because I found that when you do that, people often have lots of solutions. They just don't be quiet and listen. I've also been guilty, because I've been so out all over the place, of not actually shutting up, you know, and just being quiet when some friends have needed it. So I feel really bad about that. But I'm working on forgiving myself, you know, and then just being better. Just take a step back. You know, it's not necessarily my thoughts on the subject that are important when that person is hurting and needing stuff. I used to be all of that before. And then all the mess with dealing with dialysis and kidney failure, and the stress of being the person that took care of everything, because he just wasn't in the right headspace. And then some of the abuse that comes from being a caregiver with somebody who is very severely chronically ill, and more so than I think, more so than I definitely realized. And I know he did try to tell me, and I know he did end up talking to other people, so they maybe have noticed, but I wasn't really talking to anybody. I have a tendency to deal with my pain by myself. So creating these exercises where I check in with things is like, how important is daydreaming to me now in my healing? It's immensely important, and I'm not letting anybody tell me any different. You know, as an artist, as a creative person, I need to daydream. It turns out that when I looked at it all, it was in everything that I did. Everything from watching birds to not just writing and painting, but to taking my own moments away, to, you know, as a meditation moment, you know. But yes, it was a very dark time for me, the last 4 years of Kirk's life. So, which is unfortunate, because 2 of those years we'd only been married for 3 years. So but at some point I'll be able to look back on this and go, it was what it was. I survived it, and it didn't take me like I so wanted to so many times, just quit. But I had my fur kiddos, and they did help, and Dave came when he was supposed to, and all that kind of stuff. So so it's good to recognize how important daydreaming is to me. And so the sticker doesn't want to stay on this one, but yes, I see I used some stickers, and I did this little cloud with birds and stuff, and more doodles. Chickadee is very important bird. Every time I see one, I know that life is going to be okay. There's a certain amount of strength. They're a tough little bird. And then just journaling as I'm going, and more pictures and coloring. So it's not just all about writing down thoughts. This isn't a vent journal. This isn't a recording history, you know, my life day to day. This is just a book that I can look back in and be reminded of the exercises I need to do, things I need to focus on. But it's filled with all this color and a bad gnome picture of myself. you know, more of that watercolor felt marker stuff going on there. And that kind of thing. So sometimes it is good to just have something like this. I'm also a big believer in sometimes it's good to go back through journals very quickly and flip through them, because a lot of times when those of us who do journal, who write out our thoughts and what's going on, they actually are vent books. And unfortunately, when they become a vent book, is usually full of a lot of negative energy. So this year may actually be the year, and I've been meaning to do this for years now, probably pretty close to 10 years now. I've got old journals, and I think I just want to cut all the pages out of them and burn them and just get rid of all that negativity. I'm in a different place than I was when I was in my first marriage with Rob. I'm not even in the same place, and I really don't feel like the same person I was when I was with Kirk in my second marriage. I'm with Dave now, you know, and so to have books in my house that are nothing but, oh, Rob did this and I'm so angry and blah, and Kirk didn't. No. Or some guy from even before Rob, like, my life sucks, work is horrible. It would be better to just, spiritually, it would be better to clean house that way, because I want this year to be the year that my spirit takes wing and flies and that kind of thing. So, the grief letter thing I got off Pinterest. I'll take a picture of it. I have them saved under C is, I think it's still C is for Crone. I may have changed the title, but I'm not sure, to Briar Rose Cottage. And it's under mental health. I have a whole bunch of stuff under the mental health thing. And then I did a letter of forgiveness to myself. Because I have a lot of times I beat myself up over frustration, that with the pain and the fatigue, I am just not cleaning house the way that I think it should be getting done. But I keep forgetting, A, I'm not in my 40s anymore, and B, I do have all this chronic pain and things like that. So I have a pain self-care, and it's my self-care action plan. So signs I'm starting to be in pain, so I can pay attention, ways I can relieve pain, people I can depend on for support, sources of professional help, music I can listen to and relax, places I can go to feel happy and calm, and a positive affirmation to remind myself to let go of the stress and pain. The stress of pain, you know, like, because it is very stressful. Every day you wake up and your body feels like you've been beat with a board, you know. It's wearing, and it drags, and eventually your brain goes bleh. And those are the days often that, if I don't give myself a break and then do it the following day or next couple of days, those have been the days I've been doing a bunch of stuff. Today's entry for a thing is what I call the gauntlet. The time of grief, depression, start end of January to mid-July, and finding peace through healing. And while I was doing one of those meditation exercises, I came up with, I need to acknowledge my emotions. I need to feel them. I really need to do that. And I need to express my emotion. Because I became so shut down. I was working on stuff like this prior to getting together with Kirk. And then, but as, you know, chronic illness just, it takes over a lot of times, and it's hard. And when there's two of you, you've got to pick whose is worse, unfortunately, and his was worse. Kirk's was worse. Kidney failure is worse than my fatigue and my pain. but he's not here anymore. So now is my chance to acknowledge, feel, and express, and I've called that AIF. And so I need to do things like no more putting it off until a better time to deal with my emotions. Practice the AIF, the acknowledge, the feel, the express. I did put a caveat on there, only procrastinate emotionally if the time is not a good one to process things, such as process immediately, like during shopping. If you're out and about, sometimes trying to deal with that is not so good. So exercises, welcome to the stammer in the lisp. Exercises such as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 are good. That's 5 things you see, 4 that you hear, 3 you smell, 2 you touch, 1 you taste, whatever, however you want to do it. For me it's not important. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxation breathing exercises, which are those meditation things on Let's Meditate, were really helpful. And so more talking about chickadee, and I've discovered that, how happy rainbows actually make me. So today my attempt at a chickadee and a rainbow, and then put somewhere over the rainbow as the pictures to remind me. I think that's what the art is. It's just the visual reminder of, oh yeah, this is what this exercise was about. This continuing to free my spirit, and I'm working on this inner spirit of myself, so that chickadee can fly free and be happy instead of always constantly working for me, working and working and working, and trying to do its job. But I'm fighting and I'm fighting and I'm fighting, because I spent, the better part of my life, I would say 50 years, of my life, fighting to survive each day, to protect myself. Trauma in childhood is this nasty thing, because like I said, it skews everything, and you learn to fight and defend and protect yourself. So but yes, I suggest do that. Take the time, doodle it up, check out bullet journaling if you're not one of those who is good at writing. Also, don't worry if you only do like 1 page a month. Maybe your healing journal is going to be something that takes 5 years to fill it. There's nothing wrong with that. I've discovered there's no wrong or right way to meditate. Half the time when I'm listening, I'm listening to the meditation. I'm often just listening to it. I'm trying to follow the exercise as best I can, but I had a pain flare up during one of them, and it totally distracted me. But it did help, just listening to the person talk and the music in the background did help me realize I needed to stop, and I needed to deal with pain and that kind of thing. So tomorrow is Valentine's Day, February 14th, and a friend of mine on Facebook did a lovely thing for herself. She bought herself something for Valentine's Day, sort of pre-Valentine's Day, that she didn't get last year, that she really, really wanted. So kudos to her. And I think we all should do that. I would love to turn Valentine's Day into a random act of kindness day and get the focus, that commercial focus off it being for couples only. If we love somebody, it should just be sort of a universal day of liking to be kind to people, or being nice to loved ones, saying thank you so much for being part of my life. The other thing is, yes, no other things. No, I'm just hush you. Shush. But it's just random act of kindness. Send a friend you haven't, I know it's a little late for right now, maybe shoot off an email to a friend you haven't talked to in a long time and tell them how you feel about them. You know, you miss talking to them. It hasn't, you know, it's been forever. Or a text message or a messenger message. Be a little more loving to, you know, be with the hugs and stuff to your families. I may spend more time cuddling. One of the things I was thinking about doing for myself for Valentine's Day was buying more plants, because even when I trimmed up the one in the kitchen, I don't have enough jars with water and green pieces in it. So yes, let's turn Valentine's Day into Random Act of Kindness Day, and because it'll be easy to remember. And every year, just find somebody, hello Morgana, to be kind and generous to. So quickly, as we're getting really, we're at 36 minutes here. I set a goal and I put it aside for a bit because I needed a break and I wasn't going to get it done to be able to do anything with it in the house. I have 75 of these, what I'm calling snowflake stars. The pattern is from The Secret Yarnery, and I'll put her video in the description. But I have 75 of them. My goal was 100, so I'm happy about that. I am going to reach my goal of having 100 of these, and I might make some extras, but 75 is what I could squish in this large zipper bag. And it's fighting me a bit. It was hard to get in there, and that's made out of white Bernat Handicrafter cotton that you would use for dishcloths. So I took the sweater earlier. I know I've mentioned about the sweater dress. I took it all apart and I'm re-putting it back together again. When I bumped up the needle size to get it, the number 4 yarn to get drapey, it screwed it all up. All the fitting was just wrong. So now I'm doing it on the needles that she said it is to do it on, and I've had to add extra rows to get it a little bit longer because I want to put a tie in it so I can cinch it in so I can feel like I have a bit of a figure and feel a little bit more feminine. A lot of clothes I wear due to physical things, you know, I'm barrel-chested and large-boobed and broad-shouldered. A lot of the clothes to fit up top are way bigger than the stuff that I need on the bottom, and it just hangs like a sack. So, but I needed to take a break away from the white, and I always like to have a crochet project to go with the knitting project, because knitting is just sort of this meditative, especially when you're just doing garter stitch. There's nothing fancy about it. I like to have a crochet project to go with. So I took apart, and we're going to work on forgiveness for not finishing projects here at the cottage, because so many of us crocheters and knitters, you know, or even painters, you start something, it seems wonderful, and then you just never get back to it. You never finish it. There's emotional reasons for it, or you just bored, or it sounded really good and then it was difficult, so you put it away or whatever. And not everything can go, thank you for Natasha for this, go on the naughty pile to be dealt with later. I think we need to forgive ourselves and then just repurpose our materials. So what I'm doing is I'm doing this. I got this at Michael's about 4 years ago. Oh, that's not coming. I'll take a picture of this bottom piece down here. But yes, I'm making a hexagon flower, and I was going to make it out of just yellow and green. it's really pretty and very, very simple. Some days with what's going on with my head, I can't always tell what, like, I can't always pay attention. So I do make mistakes. I do have to back up. Sometimes I can just continue to go forward. But I've got to quit bullying things to make them work. It's just whatever, take it apart. So I was gonna do it in this and you know, like this, and then I keep hanging up when it comes to the yellow and green. I want to do the yellow and green nice and bright. So what ended up happening is I realized I needed a pink color. So I ended up buying this really pretty coral. Coral color. The other is just Red Heart Super Saver. It's a bright green and a yellow. This is Bernat Premium. Oh, my yellow ball in the end. I got it from Walmart. Coral Peach. Paid about $4 a ball. Skein, whatever. And it looks really pretty with the green. I made some as actual sort of flowers type thing. The green is an extra row. You only have to make to like this row here. But I put the green on in the row and then discovered it's probably going to be better sewn together. So as much as I like that, I really like that. This is the one that I like the most. I have made some pink with yellow. But I have a feeling that what I really want to do, and what's settling down as sort of a happy joy, is this one. I really kind of like this. And then I'll have a few of those mixed in, and a few of those mixed in, and a few of these. You end up having to make... there's 4 different that you're supposed to have. And 21 each with A and B, and 20 each with C and D. So that's 42 and 40. There's like 82 of these hexagon things that you've got to be making. So I've got like 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I have 11 of them now. Nice. Absolutely nice. Way to go, Rachel. So that's what I'm doing. So right at the moment, and I've started playing video games. I'm getting off my phone and the little game that on my phone, because 2 of the ones that I really like to play, it's just the same stuff over and over and over again. And I'm discovering that when I'm depressed and feeling like sort of blah, I'm doing the same thing with those games on my phone as I'm doing with some TV shows. It's mindless. I'm not even really hearing what's going on in the show. I'm either watching stuff I've watched before or whatever. So I'm getting ready to take stuff off my phone, turn my tablet in the bedroom into a mental health tablet, and that kind of thing. So I'm going to wrap this up at 45 minutes, and Dave should be home very, very soon. I forgot to turn the light on out on the deck. Peace, love, and happiness, everyone. Remember, be kind to yourself and everyone else. Until next time, and I don't know, I just blanked. Take your blank moments and create something fabulous on that canvas. I forgot.